Hey, how's it going? My name is Bill Dooling. I'm a Vietnam vet, and I was asked to talk to fellow veterans about making these vet-to-vet calls, which I think is a terrific idea. And I think I was asked because in the '04 campaign, we had a good deal of success reaching out to veterans on behalf of, in this case here, John Kerry, of course. I found the experience to be enjoyable, and because it gave me an opportunity to talk to fellow veterans about political issues and about veterans issues in particular. And with that, sometimes I think, especially if you've never done this, people think it's complicated. I know people are reluctant to make phone calls, but I've often thought you just call another veteran, and generally you'll get into the veteran. If you introduce yourself as a veteran, I usually say I'm a Vietnam veteran. I get right in. And the general ground rules that I had was that I would personalize it, I would emotionalize it, and I would brevitize it. And what I mean by personalize, in '04, I just retired from teaching, and I think when I came back from Vietnam, I thought John had done a good job, whether you agree with him or not, on kind of like leading veterans. And so that was my story. Plus, I had known John for about 25 years. And I can remember also in '04, at that time, I had students who were serving in Iraq, and so there was a kind of like an added stimulus to try to reach out, because I was concerned for them that they would not have to endure some of the difficulties that veterans had endured in previous wars. And that's what I mean by emotionalize it. And then, of course, brevitize it, because I think you guys know, and women, that sometimes vets get together, they want to tell war stories and basic training stories, and the task at hand here is to get people on board. So basically, all you're going to be doing is calling a vet, introducing yourself as a vet, and then discussing how do you go about supporting Barack Obama and why you're supporting him. And my support for him here is, I know he's on the Veterans Affairs Committee. As I said, I still have about 10 students who have served in Iraq or Afghanistan, and I want to see if I can make sure that these guys are taken care of, or their families, some are married, when they return. And that's what brings me. And I looked at his legislative record, and I've met with him a couple of times personally, and I know his sincerity with regard to veterans issues is definitely sincere and deep. And that's what brings me into the campaign. You may have your own story, and that's the best to tell. And just to be honest, and not all veterans, you guys know, and women know, that not all veterans agree on all issues. And if they're supporting a different candidate, the thing is to be pleasant, be polite, thank them for their service, and salute and say that will be it. Again, for the most part, it's an enjoyable, pleasurable experience, and hopefully we'll be successful. This guy's the best candidate to take the country into the future, and that's why I'm willing to invest my time and energy and commitment. Okay? Hey, take care, and thanks for your service.